the... Bum, 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 bum. Wait a little bit. Let me get the chat out. Hey, Kat, welcome to the stream. Wait, is this a week ago? That's weird. That's very weird. Alright. That. Just a little bit. So there's a little bit of light. This down. Chat over here. No, I did not create this as stream mode event, but that's weird. Let me go post it out. Hey Charlie, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I think YouTube has had a moment. Let me post this out. A little quiet. Sorry about that. I think it was because I was recording and I had my mic closer. There we go. That should be better. Oh, okay. Okay. That's good. That's good. I hear good things about this game too. Hubbard made me stop. What I literally was about to watch Jack's playthrough of this the other day, but Hubbard made me stop because he wanted to see me play it. So without any eyes. So I just know it's a it's a club. All I know is a club about books and anime. That's all I know. Hubbard said something about it might be a little creepy, but other than that, nothing. Let me just let me post it on Twitter. And we'll get started. Come on, come on, quickly, Twitter. Let's go. There we go. Stop. Alright, let's post on Twitter. Alright. me get a sip of drink, and then we're gonna jump into this because it's a lot of reading. Literature Club. This should be fun. I have an English. I have an English degree. So new game. Please enter your name. Jimmy. Question mark. Question mark. Hey. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. The girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other so long. That seems familiar. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of reading, and it's gonna be fun. I don't even know what I would need the linguistic things of it. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, but because I decided to stop and wait for you. Oh, that was me. Oh shit, my bad. I didn't even read it. You say that like you were thinking about knowing me. Trust me, I was. I totally was thinking of annoying you. That's mean, Jimmy. I know. I'm an asshole. Well, if people... well, here we go. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. That's very true. The weird girls know. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Oh, I do. I totally do. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and we make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Jimmy, have you decided on a club to join? I'm thinking about the DC Marvel Club, but I feel like there's a civil war going on right now, and I don't want to be part of that. I'll stick with them. But then there's the CW Club, but that's always cheesy. I don't know. A club... I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I really ain't. I want to go home, eat my McDonald's, and watch Netflix. Is that a club? Netflix and club? Like, can I do that? I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? Really, did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. I do that a lot. I really do. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content, but just getting by on average while spending my free time on games and anime. It's more like games and superheroes for me, personally. Anime, maybe I dabble, but okay, moving on. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Trust me, I don't have skills. That's why I'm playing in video games. I don't. No skills. Absolutely none. No, verbal agreements are only legally binding if you shake hands. And I don't think they shook hands. Me and this girl shook hands. I honestly don't. I doubt that happened. Dying in video games? I do have that skill. How to die in games that people don't die, or where people don't die. I've died in tutorials before. I was talking about how I'm worried. Oh, I already read that. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years. Because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. Hey Prismatic, welcome to the stream. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Neat. You know, it's one of those sayings. We're too old to understand it. We've gotten to that point already at the prime age of 22. Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? For real. I mean, that's not just in this video game, that's in real life. Anyway, before we go into the dark side, more than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. Fleek? No, we're not, no. Do not mention Fleek again. Fleek is not okay. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside her head. Oh, this is a nice classroom. This actually looks like the classroom I teach in, but the desks are not fucked up. There's not paper everywhere. The kids haven't gone crazy. When do you get a waifu? If you ask Cody and Hubbard, apparently there's some random dude in the comment section of one of the latest Supergirl videos, and they said, because the comment said, how dare Rain, who is the villain for this season, fight Supergirl and make her bleed. You hurt my waifu. And they said I made a fake account. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before you know it. I wish. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at a wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Saori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice, but to start with Anime Club. Hey Emily, welcome to the stream. Hello. Saori. Saori must have come to the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you out coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me. If it's going to make you late to your own club, for real, don't be late because of me. Typically I'm the early one until recently. But, well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Saori, yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie, go fuck yourself. Yeah, you too. Join the Weeboo Club. Saori is vice president of the Literature Club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That kind of happened in the high school. The TSA, Mr. Black was trying to start it up, and I was one of the people he nominated to go to the regional competition, and then I won and went to the state competition. But because I was the only ones going into the next year, I became president of the club, and anyway, that said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would be bringing a new member. You what? And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Eesh. Don't make promises you can't keep. For real. I can't tell if Saori is really that much of an airhead or she is so cunning that planned all this out. I believe she just planned all this shit out because she looks like the conniving evil genius who just sits in a basement somewhere and like just planning shit out. Let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop for a cupcake, okay? I totally would stop for a cupcake. I would go to a club just to get the cupcake and then leave. I went to the fish club in high school Because this girl invited me, but I knew they had free Chick-fil-A sandwiches, but I didn't have lunch because I got early release from high school, so I went to the club just for the sandwich, and then I went home. Notice me, senpai? Yeah, snacks are key, Emily. Always key. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Jimmy D 31, December 9th, 2017. I feel like I should have said that sooner than now. I need that on a t-shirt. Today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake because god damn it, I would do it. Especially if it was chocolate with... I mean, if it was yellow cupcake with chocolate ice. Those are delicious. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you don't call me a new member. Really, don't. I'm just here for the cupcakes. I glance around the room. Girl 1. Oh, you have purple. Oh, you are purple. I like purple. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Girl 1. Hold up. Girl 1. No, wait, do I have my note cards? I was gonna make a match game club, but I don't have note cards. God damn it, this is why. Seriously, you brought a boy. Well, I understand the question about being a boy because as a English major, I literally had like, if in a class of 70, my only class I had 70, there was 6 boys. And then all my other classes I had, it was me and maybe one other guy and the rest of girls. That's the problem with literature. Guys don't come that much. We're still on the camera. Nope. Get it back. There we go. My mic hit the thing. God dang it. I moved my mic one moment to make a joke and I fucked everything up. Okay. Everything good. Okay, good. Way to kill the atmosphere. Well, you can just go fuck yourself, okay? You little shrimp looking like a pinkberry wannabe. Jimmy, what a nice surprise. Who the fuck are you? How do you know my name? Why don't you cut your hair? It's too fucking long. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. Yep, it does. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Okay, I understand the purple hair one. She has nice hair. This one over here with the green eyes, no, not many people have green eyes. That's okay. This bitch in the middle with the pink berry haircut and the fucking pink contacts. Fucking weak ass bitches. So, oh shit. Cat then comments weak ass club. Yep, you were right. What are you looking at? Your pinkberry looking bitch ass self. If you want to say something, say it. I just did. Sorry. Natsuki. Oh, so you are the person. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. I have nothing wrong with pink berries. It's the only pink thing I could think of at the moment. And I know it's just frozen yogurt, because Pinkberry is a frozen yogurt place, and I despise frozen yogurt. I'd rather have ice cream. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori. Sayori says that quietly into my ear and then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. I understand. Purple hair is the color of purple. Tough talk wanker. Okay, so we can fight after this. Just, I know where you live. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? I don't know her. Monica, that's right. Who the fuck are you? It's great to see you again, Jimmy. Are you a stalker? Do I need to get an extremely? What is that stance? Monica smiles sweetly. Okay, there's another sentence missing in that statement. Monica smiles sweetly, then decides to do some kind of weird interpretive dance. I'm moving on. We don't know each other. We've rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. See, I wouldn't pay attention to people who's in my class. I'm there, I do my shit, and I leave. Monica's probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, and athletic. Basically completely out of my league. Okay. So, having her smile at me so gently feels a little, you too, Monica. Come sit down, Jimmy. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Finally! That's the only reason I'm here. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Aw, this bitch. This bitch made the cupcake? Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? Tea? Can we get some Dr. Pepper? Like, the girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Sayori mentioned it's been widening so that there's one space next to Monica and one place next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I have a seat next to Sayori. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Wait, oh. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated. Sorry about that. Apparently, but we had one. I think there was a few people, probably this size. This bitch got a cheesy grin. This bitch, and the other two were shocked. Okay, moving on. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. Where the fuck are they? You couldn't even show them? So cute. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica, I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing off on her face. I turn the cupcake around with my fingers, looking for the best angle to bite at. There's not a best angle to bite a cupcake. You just have to dig in, because that shit's gonna get everywhere. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. She's waiting for me to take a bite. I finally bite down. The icing is so sweet and full of flavor, I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why? Why are you thanking me? It's not like I haven't heard this. Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did, Sayori said. Yeah, in my high school we had a anime club. Well, maybe. But not for you, no. You dummy. Don't call me dummy, bitch. Ooh, fight your ass. Lick frosting, throw away cake? No, that is not how it works. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismay the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? For real? Where is this coming from? Like, I know a teacher who had a microwave in her classroom and a mini fridge, but never a tea set. Uh, don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Well, to me, it's Dr. Pepper in a Amazon book. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri just trying to impress you. Yeah, that's not. Insulted Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least enjoying tea. I'm glad. Oh, shit. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up, clock. I don't want copyright because of a goddamn clock. Don't shut the fuck up. God damn it, I took the batteries out. How this is not working? There we go. Fucking possessed clock. Sorry about that. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles at her. That was bad. Don't. No. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider literature club? Because I have a fucking English degree. I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Suri. Copyright strike incoming, all hands on deck. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Suri seemed really happy here, so that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. Well, we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member of any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? And there goes her crooked back. Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Okay. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and so Scoliosis is a bitch. It feels like nothing but arguing around the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Are they ghosts? Because they just like transition in, transition out. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people here in the club yet. It must be a start to a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. Good book will always grab your attention. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I've been in a cult before. It's called yoga class. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah? We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these three. Well, that's why they were also delighted by the idea of a new club member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. I sure can. So don't fucking play, video game me. So, Jimmy, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, bitch, I've read over 300 books in the past 2 years. You not on my level. I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? No, well, comics. I mean, I just got a new one, Superman Birthright. Not an ad, but Superman Birthright. I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Lucy traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Those are fantastic. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. True, indeed. And telling a good story is such a foreign world. In such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up when she finds herself comfort in the world of books. Not many people. But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Instead, it's amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination and completely throw you for a loop. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at a minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with Rock. She basically is. Really, I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, even if only for a brief moment. Stephen King, I'm looking at you. Oh God, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes darted over for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you write about few things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? All I see is plot twist, plot twist, plot twist. You feel a piece of scrap paper behind the... You left a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Saris saddles up behind Natsuki and puts her hand on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometimes? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. It feels like I've been in the past 2 years all over again. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable, even enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poem. We all sit silent for a moment. With this music, you can't sit silent. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monaco. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Jimmy? That's actually pretty true. Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on. There's still one problem. And what's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. No, we are not. No one is reviewing 50 Shades of Grey on my channel. I will not. No, I'm nah. I never said I would join this club. Sarah may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. They look like they don't want to kill me. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry. I thought, Jimmy, you all. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, right? Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes lighten up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sarah wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just come for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Does somebody want to tell her? Then that makes it official. Scoliosis again. Welcome to the Literature Club, and thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once. Jimmy, I look forward to seeing how you impress yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class? Star Monica with my mediocre writing skills. Hey, I got a whole blog with poems and short stories that I wrote for Mary Wash. A whole thing of them. They're amazing. I got an A in that class. We can't say they're mediocre. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Nakatsuki clean up their food. Hey Jimmy, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! Alright, with that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls, Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I finally be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make the most of my circumstances. I'm sure good fortune will find me. I like that poem, Charlie. And I guess that starts with with writing a poem. I need some drink. It's time to write a poem. All right. Okay, I can do this. You don't even know how it is. Alright, it's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something... I don't have a favorite club member. What? I just wanted to write a poem. I don't care about the girls. I just wanted to write the poem. Something good might happen with them, whoever likes the poem the most. Captive, rainbow, misery, milk, fireflies, analysis, aura, heartbeat, wonderful scars, misery. Ocean, happiness, sweet, nightgown, death, depression. I have a poem. Roses are red. My name is Dave. This poem makes no sense. Microwave. I like that. Unrelated. Sunset, bubbles, tears, misfortune. Ugh. After image. Oh, I'd love me some poems with after image. They're fantastic. Let's see. Dark. See this thing. Why is Doki Doki on here? Vicious. Horror. Horror poems are fantastic. Oh my god. Let's see. Let's see. I think I'm gonna go with Judgment. Hey, I like. Yeah, no one writes poetry like this. Like, if you wrote poetry like this, you would literally be in an F. Agonizing. Fireworks. We're gonna do fireworks because I just wanted to use it. Let's do extreme imagination color. Ah, hi again, Jimmy. That poem writing exercise was shit. Just gotta say. Hi again, Jimmy. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Haha. Don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Jimmy. Shit. I hope this isn't a little overwhelming commitment for you. Making sure you dive head first into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Sarah told me you didn't even want to join the club. Any clubs this year. Let's see. And last year's too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly, actually, it technically is. I had a graphic novel literature class, and we studied a couple different mangas. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Jimmy always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking, like cooking, cleaning my room. I feel like I'm a slave. How dependable. Sarah, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. I mean, yeah. Is that so? You two really are good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Jimmy can become good friends too. Ah. Sarah? As usual, Sarah seems oblivious to the weird situation you just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sarah? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sarah made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It will make me happier no matter what. I mean, I love gifts. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it keeps your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is how is this girl accidentally being so cute? Even when picked out a book she thinks I'd like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'd definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Ugh, I need more drink. A lot of fucking reading. Whew. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sarah and Monica have a cheery conversation in a corner. Yuri's face is almost buried in a book, and I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she's waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of the book. It looks like the same book she lent me. More than that, it seems like she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper into the book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this instantly. I made her uncomfortable. Oh, that's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just reading a little bit of this, so. That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious. How come you have 2 copies of the same book? Ah, well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them? Yeah, this girl, it's not going good for you. Ah, I see. There's something fairly oblivious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about, anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol in the front cover. Illuminati confirmed. Alright, just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about a girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison, and while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts falling apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Jimmy? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into these things. She's so shy and reclusive. So on the outside, her mind seems to be completely different. It's just those kind of stories. They challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. Those are the best kind of stories. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals and their own philosophy that they believe in. Then, suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they made out to be a naive one of letting one side morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then, but I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. It really does. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it right. You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine. I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want to. It's just that I'm not very used to, that is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. Open the book and start the prologue. As soon as I understand what Yuri means about reading in company, it is as if I can feel her pressure over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particular bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize she is not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do. I don't really mean to. Yeah, sorry. I mean... Here. This should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then I hold the book more between the two of them. Ah, I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the open book. Ah, I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Where's the other people at? Ah. I do the same with my right arm and on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips aside. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and then she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Ah, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Ah, that's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I can't wait till Christmas. I don't mind being patient if it takes you a little longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I can assume that she finished the page before me, so I turn it in my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of a page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a little silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she's also second guesses all the things that she says and does. Like, she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into her head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of your same manners. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But, Jimmy, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I'm more meant it's kind of cute. Ah. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time to share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Ah. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book and causes it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make mental note of where I left off the book, then I slip back. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah? My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Dude, you don't know how to write a fucking poem. You don't just pick words. That shit, no. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sarah and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sarah is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition book. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Alright, chat, who should I start with? I'll let y'all pick. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, or Monica? Yuri or Monica? Natsuki? Okay, we literally have 3 of the 4 girls named already. What else? Come on. We gotta break the tie or something. Monica, Sayori. So, Yuri. Jeez. We have Monica or Yuri. Those are the two options. Monica. Okay, Hubbard broke the tie. Monica. Should start with Monica. Yesterday, she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort. Hi, Jimmy. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Good to hear. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up, but I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Jimmy. We'll all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Jimmy. I was going, oh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I'm putting forth in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes very simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, she would fail creative writing class. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive with their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively. It is. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel. I should take notes. No, I don't want to take notes again. It can take years of practice, which I assume Yuri has at this point. I'll never really ask though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. What am I don't have nothing to take notes on. Hubbard, you're my mod person. Can you take notes for me? Because I literally have nothing to write on. I love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'd always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. So, scoliosis. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. I literally don't have nothing to take notes on. Yeah, I have nothing. Hold up. I found something. I don't know what I'm supposed to take notes on, but I already know purple is dark and metaphorical. I learned that in class. And then Sayori is direct and to the point. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See, the direction of sparkle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind, like a film left out of the sun. But it's too late now. My retinas. Who uses retinas in a poem? Already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It just takes a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything, a hole of infinite choices. I realized now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out, and he, on the other side, was looking in. So, and I just broke my pen. God damn it! What do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. That is what you call it. Sorry for not being the right person to ask for feedback, but it's okay. Yeah, that's kind of style has gotten poetry popular these days. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines, and when performed out loud, it can be really powerful. Now, when I read it, what was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk. Monica. Epiphany. I'm kind of nervous to talk about the deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strong. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you're trying so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about this is, if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. That's good. So, just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. No, now I'm gonna be staring at the closet door. Don't do that shit to me. That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening. Alright. Who's next? I think it was Yuri was the next most person, so let's go to her. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What I'm getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphor indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at the poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that the specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writings, and having been through that myself, I learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There is only so many skills and techniques to go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It takes you some time, but it comes together with practice and learning by examples and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Nasuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Nasuki can be biased. Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. That's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself or to Nasuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. Oh my god, I can't read that word. I know it doesn't say tentacles. The blank of my hair illuminates beneath the amber glow. Tendrils. Oh! Okay, I couldn't tell that first letter. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe calmly, breathing air of the pleasant but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I'm sorry for having such terrible handwriting. I have worse handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you so long to read it. Well, I just don't read scripts very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it's very descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest, since this is your first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, this story isn't about a ghost at all, Jimmy. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance after once after all. But remember that poems often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining piece of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I haven't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. Think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Jimmy. Me too. Alright. Let's just go to Natsuki. Jimmy, if you're not going to take this club serious, then go home. Fuck you! What? Harsh? What do you expect me to believe? You actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put effort. We all have to start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about. Fine. Well, sorry. I mean, hey, the character me thought the exact same thing I thought. You'll get better anyway. I'll tell you what to improve. You're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you'll probably think it's stupid. Oh my god, this looks like a kindergartner's work. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can see, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. This is fucking amateur hour. Are you fucking kidding me? You bitch, you're gonna say I didn't try it? Look at this shit. Look, I could have made this poem within 2 seconds. I could have made this poem while on the toilet. This is shit. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I didn't. No. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you convincing that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that the writing has to be sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even try to take my writing seriously. But isn't that the point of poems, for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I liked it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. It didn't hit me like anything. It hit me like a feather. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice things about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what means to be a pro. You're not no fucking pro. I'm glad you learned something. I didn't expect that from the youngest one out here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I really don't care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Alright, last one. This is a good poem, Jimmy. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course, it's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? Yeah, I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you just wrote one. It kind of reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Jimmy. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay. Now that you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Well, we'll see about that. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If I wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this down? No. Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say it that way. It was a bad poem. It came out nice. Or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. This bitch. Even though you were late to school too. It's bad to skip breakfast. I'll get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget, and I'm going to write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room, and that's a little bit more stressful than I anticipated. That's if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poem can stand up to theirs. This is literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sarah and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of them expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows fury and frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clear about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I wasn't trying to say something nice. You mean you tried that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but I really didn't come out. But it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Jimmy did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer. I'm sorry, my voice changed to a bitch, but... Sorry. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't. And Jimmy liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Nasuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Jimmy appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would desperately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Jim Lee started showing up. Oh shit! Oh, damn! Damn! Nasuki, man, just throwing punches. Let me read that without laughing. I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Jimmy started showing up. Nasuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing here. Jimmy, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What? Why is there fucking circus music playing in the background? It's like clowns are about to come out. Let me get back in camera. That's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason. The meaning should just jump out of the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Jimmy. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meanings the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessary limiting yourself, but it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Jimmy? Well, how did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I agree with it, they'll think more highly of me. I'm sorry, but as a English person with an English degree, simple words are only good in reports, not a poem or literature. So I'm gonna have to go with Yuri, because I'm sorry, my English degree is no. That's I'm gonna have to go with Yuri. We have a extremely large language because of this, so we can use them in creative styles. I'm sorry, I'm going on a tangent or in a sort of a rant about this, but I believe that we have such a big language so we can express ourselves in many different ways and provide deep meaning and all. I'm gonna have to pick Yuri, because, I mean, English degree. I wrote poems before, I've written short stories. Those simplistic words are not gonna get you A's. Just saying. It's gonna get you failed. So, it's gonna have to be Yuri. Nasaki, you're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand, Yuri. You are seriously a talented writer. That is no secret that I was impressed. Well, but here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it and becomes something really personal. That's why Nasuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I did notice that. I'm sorry. But Nasuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? What exactly what I did it was her that, Misaki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized, but don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fist. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped at this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Sayori, she doesn't need to. You know what? I'm going to do that. It will spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumbles up the poem with her hand and throws it in the trash. Natsuki, she really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gently approach her and sit in the adjacent chair. Sigh. Everything's alright. I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How could anyone have not gotten frustrated after being threatened like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Jimmy. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you in part of this club now. And it's nothing. Well, Natsuki is probably not coming back. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about I would never do anything so shameful. So, what thing did Natsuki say? Well, never mind that. I'm going to make some tea. Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone, it's just about the time for us to leave. How did you feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Oh, she came back. I'm surprised. Jimmy, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was neat to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you'll learn something from your friends, too. So your poems return even better. I think to myself. I did learn a little about the kinds of poem everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Jimmy, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've ever seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Jimmy, it's nice to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. Every day is going to be so much fun. Sigh. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Just see what the future holds. I pat Sayori on the shoulders. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Are we writing another poem? Yes, we are. Flower, cute, landscape, brushes, infinite. Vibrant, cry, hurt. I'll play badminton with my family. Essence, horror, covenant, whisper, music, climax, embrace. I like the big word. Intellectual. Adventure. Determination. Agility. Suspicious. Extraordinary. I like these nice and capable. Experience. Contamination. After image. Chocolate. Alright, here we go again. Another day passes, it's time for the club meeting. Already, I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Jimmy. Yo, Sayori. Looks like, you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood, but I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't you take a look at your purse, Sayori? Is the closet darker than it was before? I don't know. Looks like a closet. Why that all of a sudden? No reason, really. Just wanted you to look at it. Ah. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and then until contents spill on her desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. Ah. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have brought a snack before coming to the club. So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would have to lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry, and so that leaves only the one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book, as always. Ah, I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Jimmy to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved in that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford, and frankly, after pulling a mysterious little stunt like that, your suffering is far enough repetition. Ah, I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. That's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I feel I have to accept the revolution. 50-50 Fortnite, I plan on it. Tomorrow's my last day of homework, and I'm going to record tomorrow night with 50-50 Fortnite, and then that should be up by the end of next week. Retribution. That still coming from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. What the fuck? What was, a cookie? Sure enough, it was a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about cupcakes. It was totally worth you seeing your reaction, though. The fuck? That's so nice of you. This bitch just threw a cupcake at her head. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly claps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot just over one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Ah, yours looks really good too. Natsuki, can I try it? Jeez, beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah? Why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki and wraps her arms around her. Jeez. I get it. Cookie is still in hand. Natsuki reaches up to nudge her offer. Sari-san leaps down and takes a bite out. What the fuck is wrong with this girl? Hey, did you seriously just do that? Now for Sari trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're just kids sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sari? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me? Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. Hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she's I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study halls. To be honest, I kind of lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You wouldn't have heard the bell ring at least? I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I just kind of started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. Hey, that sounds cool. I also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Jimmy. Monica, scoliosis. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once when I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose to leave out Sayori's malicious escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone is already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cooking. Yuri is back to her book. Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Hey Yuri. I suddenly noticed that Yuri is reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. No. I was just waiting for you. If that was the case, why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that I can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to her closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this at the teacher's desk and we'll go get some water. She walks past me and settles the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerism, especially because of her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher, please? Thanks, I'll be right back. Might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then? Yeah. Where are you two off to, huh? Yuri was gonna make some tea, so suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher. Okay. Sorry, I just was a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? Monica, please mind your own business for once. Or do you want me to tell there's something wrong with helping involve Jimmy in club activities? My mouth gapes. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Then let's go, Jimmy. Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. In the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri, something about the way she said that. It made me feel so erratic. What's wrong with me? No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that. Jimmy, how can, even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Because nothing that you do is bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. Hannah Montana. Nobody's perfect. I gotta work it. again and again till we get it right. Ah, we have emotions and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. Ooh, that's a good line. Um, no. Wouldn't you hate it for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friend, you say? Uh-huh. Yuri lifts her head. Jimmy, I really like being friends with you. Uh-huh. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway, yeah. Shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to a classroom. I need some drink. Jesus. Yeah. Anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do anything less when I'm making tea for others, even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed, and perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show, and you noticed, and I was doing a little bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do, when it's you around anyway. Ah, that's great, Yuri. Just don't put yourself too much. You're always worried about me, Jimmy. That's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Jimmy, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why's that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over my desk. Ah, sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's mostly because of my posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading. Yes. I have terrible reading posture, so that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. Ah, I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Sarah's candy radar. I take it since it'll go well with the tea, and Yuri and I sit against the wall, teacups at our side, and as if in sync, we assume their reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book, except this time, our bodies were even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup, holding it with my hand that's not holding the book. I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus, because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Ah, sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. Ah, that's okay. Won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the pages. Ah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book. Okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. Why is there, like, gleaming dust in the air? Like, is this classroom as dirty as Caroline, but when the sun shines in the window, you just see dirt flying around the room? She holds it so that I don't even have to have any harder of a time reading it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate, and then I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips, as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I presently place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Jimmy, sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. That's, well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do, right? I mean, not really in this kind of context, but yeah. That's all it was, yeah. Then, you don't need to stop or anything. I see. The situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell just by her expression that even she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers, but this time Yuri's eyes meet mine. Wait, what? Now I'm confused. How did it even come to this? I was just... She said a Hannah Montana line. I noticed her chest raising and falling to the rhythm of the breath. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips, but it is different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel hot breaths on my fingers. Okay, everyone. Why is there no music? Yuri joked back. It's time to share poems. I was supposed to say, why the fuck is the music stopped? Jerry, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right? Yeah, of course. Of course, thanks. The spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling that this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. Alright, shall we go in the same order as before? Let me know. It was Monica, Yuri, Sayori, and is that Natsuki, I think? Shall we go in that order? Start with Yuri. Do we have a confirm for Yuri? I see you. Agree. Okay. Alright, let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it, Jimmy? This one might be even better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of technique is worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine. Take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer her patience to her. Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. This probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If that's with you. Alright, here we go. God damn, it's a lot longer. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a quick, guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my suspicions well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity, the raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its place and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that I've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I banish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows up in excitement. A rush of blood, classic Parvin conditioning. Oh, I know, it's the one about the dog. I know it. I slice the bread and I feed myself again. Basically, it's the conditioning, like, for example, if you're on 95 and you see the giant McDonald's sign, your mouth is going to automatically start watering because that sign, your brain has become where that sign, yes, that sign has become a signal for food and McDonald's, so your mouth starts watering. Same thing with slogans like ba da ba ba ba, like automatically McDonald's. Or to all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. Same thing. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. And I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right, it's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I had taken it at face value, then I can't figure out what this is supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in more unusual hobbies. It's those sort of things I usually force to keep myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing. And people would make fun of me. Don't worry. Don't you have anything like that, Jimmy? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best way we can do to respect each other and our individualities, even if it's difficult sometimes, and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things, writing, listening. There really aren't many people like you, Jimmy. That's exaggerating a little bit. It's just how I feel. I never thought I would feel so comfortable sharing my writing, but now I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling, and you're to thank for that. It's nothing really. Yuri smiles sincerely at me. For just a moment, her timidness seems to disappear. Alright, let's go to Monica. Hi again, Jimmy. How's your writing go? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad, I'm happy to be you're applying yourself. Maybe you'll soon come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. Give my poem to Monica. Alright, this one's good. It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I've read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen. I noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside her. Sally is hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what's going on inside that head of hers? I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. No, of course not. I just meant that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still, defending her like that, you must be pretty into her. Scoliosis, huh? You completely misunderstood. Calm down, I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. Wait, really? Yeah, a fictional one anyway. Monica kind of whispers the last part to me. It's just a hunch, but, well, there's nothing really wrong with that. Oh, well, I know. It's just a saying. But anyway, you know what? You want to read my poem now. I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me. Save me. The colors won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless company of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, graping, waveform, speaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent, like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a final on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaninglessness. Load me? Okay. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? Uh-huh. I guess that's the best way to write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just a kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. It's kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or conversation with the reader. So, putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is that even a tip about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for the day. Okay, something's telling me to save my game. I can't save it. Oh, right there. Okay. I saved it, right? It's saved, right? Hubbard, tell me if it's saved. You've played this before. I haven't. Is it saved? I hope it is. That's weird. Well, I can admit that's better than the last one. It's nice to see that you're putting some effort. That's good. But I still don't like this at all. It's trying too hard to be serious. What do you mean by that? Poems don't need to be deep sounding to express something. It's going to sound just like you're forcing it unless you really don't suck at all. Honestly, don't bother trying to write poems like this until you're on Gary's level. Nasuki stops sort of all of a sudden. Don't tell me you're not just trying to impress Yuri, are you? What are you talking about? And keep your voice down. You know Yuri would love this kind of angstiness. Just because she's a talented writer doesn't mean she looks like I'm in trouble. I somehow struck a nerve through what I did. Though what I did is beyond me. I am so done with you. Nasuki shoves the poem I handed her back over to me. Take your stupid poem, and if you wrote it for someone else, just don't show it to me. Ouch. This is what I get for letting a younger girl step into my business. Unless I was a mind reader, I was destined to be in a world of pain from the start. At least Nasuki wasn't really the girl I was trying to impress in the first place. Damn. Oh, I like this one, Jimmy. It has some nice feelings in it. Alright, I'm glad. Does that mean it's better than yesterday's? Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both. That's not very helpful, you know. Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. But that's why I just go with my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying meaning is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Ugh. Why do you at least try giving me some thought? Do you want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people, you know. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Well, don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep that in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let me see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes I like a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy. Better write that down. or sad? Happy and sad? I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most, but sometimes when you have a little rain cloud on your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug and make it a nice, happy rainbow. Sayori, that's unexpected poetic. Is it? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing myself after all. Thanks, Jimmy. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Bottles. I pop up my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I can keep all my dreams, little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put it in the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in the bottles all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends, each bottle a starlight that makes amends. Sometimes my friends feels a certain way, comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams, friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in nooks and crannies, digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off the bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done, I open up and in comes my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after one, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, and shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They are all shouting, pleading, something, but all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. God damn. Holy crap, Sarah, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Oh, thanks. I feel like I wasn't meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little better. Writing's like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing is the best. I'm going to keep writing until I die. Don't be afraid of yourself. Sarah always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times, but seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard to believe her. Oh, okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poem, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit in the front of the room. Is it about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything in just a few days. We're just embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sarah has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what exactly we're doing for the event. Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica? Yes, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us is going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is that we're going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sarah's putting it on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sarah, who's been calling a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting up these posters, did you? Well, I did. Don't you really think it's a bad of an idea? Well, no, it's not a bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this, you know. There is no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys, no, Sarah. I understand where they're coming from. I remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple of days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're only the ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone that what literature is all about. Yeah, that's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feeling that brought you here in the first place. I know you do, and I know we all do. And it is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and recite a poem. Then I know you can do it. Mr. Yuri remains silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but doesn't look like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll have to get over it with it. Alright, phew. Thanks, Natsuri. What about you, Yuri? Yuri deducting glances around everyone's expectant faces. Sigh. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice recite them in front of each other. No, wait, Monica. This is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in a room full of strangers? Oh no, don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little bit more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to a poem she has in mind for herself. Then she stands behind the podium. The title of the poem is The Way They Fly. God damn, I need more drink. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. And is this something she's done before, or is it simply unnatural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica's finishes that recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Thank you so much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Yuri fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the poem. This poem is called Yuri, and she glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she so suddenly putting it in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice. It's almost like this happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into short syllables of fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in a structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly she finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into relay, glances around her as if she was bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone seems to joins me afterward, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were so caught off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest, rushes back to her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay. I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops up to her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori, it's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it as you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or you're in your own head. It's your poem, so it will come out best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it, but hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant by when she said she likes my poems. It's like I got to read more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it. Good job, Sayori. Even Jimmy liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does this even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely, but it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen some of your poems where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little bit more force behind them depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. I've been practicing that kind of thing. Just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. Then next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. Don't have that much time before the festival, you know. Okay, now who's next? Asuki? Don't make me go before Jimmy. That's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Jimmy lower everyone's standards a little before I'd have to do it. Jesus. Asuki, it's fine, it's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read or just go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive a reply anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about the lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that will improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki finally gets up out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called, Why are you looking at me? Because you're presenting? Anyway, this poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. When she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. She's still a little unenthused. Her poem has a rhythm and a rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's traditional style, and it works surprisingly well spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if given life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Well, you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people. I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for the other people, but it's just my friends. It's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I would think it'd be the other way around for me. Well, it's just how it is. So, well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time of what you'll be reciting. Jeez. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised with what you put in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone, I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nice so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, and I'll have to do my best. Ready, go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys, don't make it such a big deal of it. Must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Jimmy, you don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. Let me save this. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today Sayori's been a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey Sayori. Sorry, we're spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to, sorry if I almost over with her words. So let's just say that one day Yuri asked to walk home with you, huh? What do you mean? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. See, that's the would I walk home with Yuri or would I walk home with Sarah? I mean, I am a friend, so I mean, I would. I mean, I don't want to be a bitch and pick the other person because that would make me seem like a bitch, but. Chat, what do y'all vote? I see one vote for Yuri. What? It's 50-50 right now. I'm letting the chat decide while I get some more drink because all this reading, man. Alright, I guess you're right. Well, just that thought made my heart pound. I mean, if no art is for her to socialist, I would feel awful turning her down. So, isn't she so beautiful and smart? That has nothing to do with what I just said. Ah, you admitted it. Jeez. There's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen. Well, maybe. But I just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know. Need you? Sorry. I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry. Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you. If you say so. Conversation trails off and I'm left feeling awkward. But it was the kind of her fault for trapping me in such a weird question. I just can't lie to her. But if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. And again, the festival's only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Poem again. Here we go. Fireworks. Frightening. Daydream. Disarray. Imagination. Melancholy. Ah, man, I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked in too. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. Oh, you must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that the club won't be here if it wasn't all for you. And I'm super happy that you'll be willing to help out for the festival too. Ah, I can't wait for the festival. It's going to be great. Weren't you complaining about it just yesterday, Mr. V? Oh yeah, I'm not talking about our part of the festival, but it's the whole school where we get to play and eat and all kinds of delicious food. You sound a bit like Sarah all of a sudden. Monica, they really usually have fried squid. Ew. Squid, that's a pretty specific thing you look forward to. Oh, come on. You're just saying you don't like squid? You, of all people? I don't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you, of all people? 'Cause it's right in your name. Monica. Scoliosis. That's not how you say my name at all. Also, the joke makes no sense in translation. Ah. Never mind. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Fine, fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri or Sayori's anyway. Excuse me? Where's Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayori is sitting at a desk in the corner of the room looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayori. I whip my hand in front of her face. You're spacing out again. Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else, huh? Is everything alright? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? I just feel like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Jeez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sayori shows me a big smile. Don't let me distract you from anything. From having fun with everyone else. Well, alright, if you say so. I worryingly glance at Sayori before turning back towards everyone else, but the conversation was already dispersed with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe should I ask Monika if she noticed anything about Sayori recently? Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must spend a lot of time together. Timidly, I approach Monika, who is shuffling through some papers at her desk. Jimmy, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything about Sayori recently? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading too much into this, but she seems a little bit downcast today. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monika appears across from Masero, who's idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there's something in her mind. But I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Jimmy. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she never really liked this. She's always talked to me about things that bothered her. This time when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem, but I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No, it's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her, and I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Are you sure about that? She seemed to want to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just had a hard time bringing up with a person of interest. Maybe person of interest. What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing that's on her mind is you, Jimmy. Hey, how on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, probably shouldn't say too much, but Sarah already talked about you more than anything else, you know? She's been so much happier since you joined the club. It's like an extra light turned on inside her head. What? No way. Sarah is always like that. Sarah's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now than it's always been. Scoliosis. You're so funny, Jimmy. Have you thought that maybe you've always seen her as so cheerful because that's just how she is when she's around you? I said so too much. I'm sorry. What do I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget about what I said. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. Alright. Monika smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monika stands up from her desk and walks across the room to Sarah is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sarah and gently talk to her, but she's keeping her voice so quiet that I can't hear her from here. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sarah told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else, but that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her that I'm letting this weigh down on me so much, now that it feels like I'm the one behaving out of order? There's nothing I can do besides wait for Monika. Why does it feel like I'm being watched? I glance around the room. Suddenly I notice Yuri peering at me from over her book, but she looks away just as quickly and flustered. I realize she won't get anywhere like this. I've never really seen Yuri approach anyone or start a conversation on her own, so I have no choice to approach her for myself. But by now, it's a little easier for me to do that. I stand up from my desk and sit in one next to her own. I did not mean to bother you or anything. Relax, you didn't even do anything. But I could tell that you wanted to be alone with your thoughts, alone with my thoughts. How were you even able to tell what I was thinking like that? Well, it's something that I do a lot. It wasn't hard for me to spot, but based on your posture and expression. Not that I was staring or anything. I didn't do anything creepy like that. In any case, I guess you were right. I'm sorry if I caused you any concern. Don't apologize. Your troubles are only the concern of who's willing to share in that concern. Of course, that's certainly those who find the most comfort in keeping to themselves, but if you would prefer to share what's on your mind, then I would glance. That's really not that big of a deal. I was just feeling a bit uneasy about Sayori. Sayori? Yeah, she seems a little off today, but when I asked her about it, she didn't want to admit to me. So I couldn't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh, that's quite romantic. Sorry. Didn't mean to say something stupid. It's not that. I just didn't want you to misunderstand. Sarah and I had just been friends for a long time, that's all. Ah, I see. Then perhaps it's unusual for her to be dismissive to you about her feelings, or maybe I'm just reading to this a little too much. Jimmy, the world is full of meaning, often hidden deep beneath plain sight, and there are many untold mysteries behind every person, no matter how well you may know them. Ah, so, you think that there might be something behind it after all? I think that Sarah is a very complex person. Her mannerisms on the outside don't always match what may be going on inside her head. She may not always know what she wants. I noticed her strange behavior today, too, and I also feel some concern for her, but in your case, it looked like she was fully occupied with your thoughts, wasn't she? Well, I guess that was the case. Sarah, she really means a lot to you, doesn't she? I guess. But you don't need to pull it that way. We're just good friends, that's all. Mary suddenly looked deeply into my eyes. Her expression is gentle and curious, as if she was searching for something. Embarrassed, I avert my glance. Sometimes a person's mysteries are untold even to themselves, and you, as someone honest and caring, may uncover feelings you weren't aware in you. That is, I think that she'd be a very fortunate person to have you feel that way about her. Yuri, you're giving me too much credit. I'm a pretty simple guy, so I think I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings. I'm not nearly as sophisticated as you. Ah, that's not a compliment, is it? It is what it is. Anyway, as long as we're here, why don't we do some reading? Well, as long as you're okay with it. Yeah. I should be taking my mind off the whole thing anyway. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monica calls out to the club room. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I know it, everything's back to normal. Everyone goes to recite their poems. I do the same. Make eye contact with Monica, and she seems to smile at me. I wonder what she was talking about. Sarah. Same order. Thought about what you want to submit to perform to the festival. Well, being at this club is one thing, but performing in front of people is a bunch. I've given it much more thought. Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. Let me save. It would also make me happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. I let Monica take the poem I'm holding in my hands. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sarah would like. Is that so? You and Sarah are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sort of things in common. Well, maybe we're good friends, but Sarah and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case, but there's always some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you. It sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you think. So I think that that's the kind of vibe I get from reading your poem. Are you sure you're not reading into it too much? I could be. Oh gosh. I sound like Yuri. But, in any case, Sarah's writing has kind of a gentle feel to it. I can't tell if she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness, but knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too. Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each of our own, and you should be afraid to experiment a little bit either. Anyway, I'm sharing my poem with you now, right? Alright. Lady who knows everything. An old lady's tale tells of a lady who wanders earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather. Lost adrift, the sky victim of the currents of the mind. Day after day I search with a little hope, knowing legends don't exist, but when all else fails me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains, the last dim star gleaming into the sky, until one day the mind ceases to blow. I fall, and I fall, and I fall, and fall, even more, gentle as a feather. I dry cruel expression. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger, the hand of a beautiful lady. I took her eyes and find no end of her glaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I'm thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I found every answer, all of what amount to nothing. There's no meaning, there's no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend. Your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. You know, I feel like learning something for answers are all sorts of things that give me life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. I never really put much thought into it, and in a way, it's more paradoxical, because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there's only one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Ah, are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you know that better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional? Ah, yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier, because instead of just telling you what your writing is good or okay or bad, they want to focus more on everything that went into it and the things that you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it makes you want to continue improving. It's also like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Alright, we'll check that in a second. Hold up. Okay. Let's go to Yuri. Decided to try something different today. I guess so. Is that good or bad? Well, neither. I have my preferences, but it would be unfair to me to call something good or bad based on that. And as always, I believe that what's most important is exploring and discovering yourself. That's comforting. Kind of afraid of disappointing you in some way or another. Why me? Well, you're always sophisticated with your writing and have the most advanced advice to share. Is that so? Yuri thinks for a good minute. That must be terrible. Huh? For me to become someone whose opinion is fearsome. How unlikable of me. Yuri. It's not as bad as you're making it sound in your head. It just meant that I respect your opinion. I see. I'm sorry that I always overthink it and come to all sorts of conclusions. I'm just a little too used to it. Overthinking? Being disliked. Yuri. What am I saying? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up. Let's move on. Alright. Do you want me to share your poem now? Okay, here. Beach, marble millions of years in the making, where the womb of Earth catastrophically makes a sun fires. Under a clear blue sky, an expansion of bliss, but beneath gray, rolling clouds, an endless enigma. The easiest world is to get lost in. Is one where everything can be found. One can only build a sandcastle where the sand is wet, but where the sand is wet, the tide comes. Will it gently lick at the foundations until you give in? Or will it suddenly will a sudden wave send you crushing down in a blink of an eye? Either way, the outcome is the same, yet we still build sandcastles. I stand where the foam wraps around my ankles, where my toes squish in the sand. The soft air is therapeutic. The breeze is gentle, yet powerful. I sink my toes into the ultimate boundary line. Tempted by the foamy tentacles, turn back, and I abandon my peace to erode at the shore. Defined forward, I return to the earth for some. I'm aware that the beach is kind of an inane thing to write about, but I did my best to make a metaphorical approach to it. You say that like you didn't even want to write about it. Oh, you haven't heard? After yesterday, Natsuki and I, well, it was amusing that we wrote about something similar in such ways. So Natsuki wanted us to write about the same topics as each other again. I suppose to better compare the differences in our writing styles or thought process. Anyway, it was her idea. Knowing her, it's no surprise that she wanted to do something like that. She probably just wanted to show off. It's not like I have a particular interest in her writing style. I just went with her request. But, well, I suppose it's not so bad to write about something simple on occasion. It can be refreshing, you know. It's good for me to calm my thoughts once in a while. Yeah, I think I agree. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, no thanks. You didn't even... Damn! It's nice, I guess. Come on, I can already tell you don't like it. Well, you don't need to worry about what I think. After all, you wrote this for someone else, didn't you? Probably, Yuri. I didn't write this for anyone specifically. Maybe. That's not really what I meant, though. But, it's okay. You're making new friends, just like I was hoping. That makes me really happy. And you're happy too, right? In this club? Yeah, Natsuki has shut this down. Well, of course I am. Good. That's all that matters to me. Thank you, Jimmy. Sorry. Is there something wrong? Huh? Nothing. I'm just a little tired today. Alright. Just tell me if you need anything. I will. Don't worry about me, okay? You can go play with everyone else now. If you insist. Yay. Going to go home a little bit early today. Is that right? Tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? See you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sarah cheerfully walks out the classroom humming to herself. Shit. Let's see. I got something real quick. Got a email I gotta look at real quick. You three. We're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring it out? Hold on a second. Is this me or did you say something strange just now? Huh? Something did sound a bit unusual, that's right. You deviate from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club. Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase. Jeez. Why is the mood so weird today? Even Yuri isn't immune to it. Huh? Strangely, air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. In your books, maybe. Look, the only thing different is that Sayori isn't here. Ah, it seems you're right. Sigh. Sayori always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's always like everyone's balancing is thrown off a little when she's not around. Where the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she just went to pee. Natsuki, please, show some decency. Oh, come on. She actually wasn't feeling too well and went home early. Is that so? I hope she's alright. Seriously? All the times to not go home with her, you pick the time she's not feeling well? So much for you being all lovey-dovey. No. First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori, and second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it. Oh. Curious expression coming from Yuri of all people. Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier and everything is fine. What did she say? Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations, so let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend. I already know what I'm doing. That's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes, but we might You need a lot of them in different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Nasuki? Challenge accepted. As for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sarah will be helping me design them. As for you, Yuri, you can, guys, sir, scoliosis. Can you help me come up with something for Yuri? I'm useless. No, that's not it at all. You're the most talented person here, you know. But now, Nasuki's pouting too. Jeez, even I can tell. I guess I never gave Sarah enough credit. But I can tell things are even harder when she's not around. Ah, that may be the case. But if I can't also be a leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. Alright, said Motorsport. Thanks for, welcome to the stream, but no spoilers, by the way. I have no idea about this game, so going in it blind. So, Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know, so you would make some banners and decorations to set the atmosphere. About that, I love the atmosphere. Yuri's expression suddenly changes as she stares at her desk in focus and starts nodding to herself. Your mind is already racing, I see. That's great. You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, Jimmy, the one who is truly useless. I get that on a personal and deep level. Don't say that. In fact, both Nasuki and Yuri have pretty handily tested it. It wouldn't probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. You could always help me out as well. I would be really appreciative of that. That's Monica suggesting I spend the weekend with one of my club members. But how on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that? I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help. Well, even if I don't know how to bake, if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I can give you. It's not like Monica's going to have to give me a choice, and you shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyway. Nasuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that. If I recall, Nasuki, you mentioned that you would like to handle the baking on your own. Jimmy may not have like to be around if you only make him out to be a nuisance. So, therefore, he may be suited to assisting with the decorations. Hold on, I never said that. How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds more like you're trying to make excuses for Jimmy to. What are you saying? It will be extremely meticulous work. And baking isn't? Just what do you think? Guys, let's settle down for a moment. In the end, I think it's up to Jimmy to decide what he'd like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really gotten a chance to spend any time with me yet, you know? So I'm sure he's interested in. You literally just said that. I'm surprised as well. Sorry. I was just saying that though. Jeez. Can we just settle this already? Yeah. Jimmy, are you okay with this, right? In the end, it's up to you. Of course. Very well. In that case, everyone look straight at me. But of course, I'm going to go with, I believe, Yuri or Monica. Which one should we do? Shall we go Yuri or Monica? Well, we've been leaning Yuri most of this. We haven't had any time with Monica, but again, we're leaning Yuri's. I don't know which one to pick, so I'm gonna let the chat decide. Monica? Okay. We'll go Monica. Well, I guess I should probably be helping Monica. Yeah, you picked me. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. Monica, you're the one who needs the least help out of us. But I agree with Natsuki. It's not like your work is already most suitable for one person. You already have Sayori as well. But Jimmy was the one who, that doesn't matter. You were the one who scared him into picking you in the first place. You're the club president, Monica. You're supposed to make responsible decisions for the club. Monica, you shouldn't let anything alter motives interfere with this decision. Ulterior motives? What are you saying, Yuri? In fact, it sounds like you guys are the ones with ulterior motives. Excuse me? Otherwise, this wouldn't have been made into such a big deal in the first place. That's completely false, Monica. Yeah, we have a lot of work to do, you know. We won't do as good a job to make us work alone. Maybe that's true. Think of the club, Monica. If we want to our event to be succeed, we should need to approximately distribute our resources. Are you sure you're going to do the right thing, President? Okay. I get it. Sigh. It's technically more logical to help one of you two, so I guess that's what we'll do. Alright, we'll just go Yuri. Well, I'll probably be the most for helping out Yuri. Me? Are you serious? Why would you... Suki, I've already telling you about say something mean. No, I was just saying, so you'll be helping Yuri then, Jimmy. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm glad. I have a bad habit of overthinking these sort of things. So, I think your assistance will be very useful. That's great to hear. Asuki, will you be able to handle the baking yourself? I mean, yeah. Already said I would be fine. Okay. Everyone, I can tell Nasuki is feeling a little sour. So is that everything we need to go over? Yeah, that should be about it. Are you guys excited? Well, excited may not be the right word, but I suppose I'm looking forward to it a little bit. Do you feel the same way, Jimmy? Me? Yeah, I guess. Yes, exactly. Nasuki wouldn't even look at my poem. Why would I help her out? I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it turned out. It's good. That's good for me. What about you, Nasuki? Nasuki, what? Why is everyone yelling at me? I didn't even do anything. No. That's not what I meant at all. Yuri anxiously glanced between everyone in the room. I mean, I'm sorry for this. I don't really know why Jimmy picked me. And also, your cupcakes are the best cupcakes I've ever had. They go really well with my tea, and nothing that I do for the event will compare to that, so. I mean, Sid, like, I have an English degree, so these short, sweet poems that Nasuki writes, I don't like. And then she became a bitch, so, I mean, I understand, but for different options, and I guess everyone else who's been playing this has picked Yuri too. But I've never played this. I've never seen it or anything, so that I'm just going off of what my feelings are. So I get it. I'm kind of surprised though. Why? Well, I'm the one acting immature. I already knew that. But you're trying to cheer me up all of a sudden. I know, I'm not very good at it. I'm sorry if I said something bad. Misuki isn't the only one surprised. Monica and I are thinking about Yuri's words when she's already. I'm sorry. It's a literature club. I'm mentioning it. I mean, I don't get to use it. I don't get to use it. It's like an art degree. When she already has trouble with words, trying to cheer someone up must be far out of her comfort zone. But I begin to understand. Yuri was trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I can tell she's tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Because Sayori always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves. No, I kind of appreciated it. I'm sorry for making a big deal out of nothing, but I'm going to say this. You better bet that my cupcakes are going to be the best part of the whole event. I believe you. Yeah, I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today, so I guess it's time for us to head out. Alright, let's get out of here then. Everyone packs up their things. I start to follow Monica and Nosuke out the door as they chat between each other. Yeah, I turn around. Sorry, I realized that I don't have any way of contacting you this weekend. Oh, you're right. I can't believe that slipped my mind. Should I give you my phone number? I think that would be the best. Wait, yes. Alright then. Barry and I exchange phone numbers. Okay. Then I'll be stopping by your house on Sunday. My house. Is that a problem? No, not at all. I just thought that I would be the one going to your house since I'm the one helping you. I suppose that makes sense. But if you don't mind, I think I would prefer going to your house. Alright. That's a little creepy. In that case, it wouldn't be a problem. I just decided not to press Yuri for a reason. It's not like it should matter much either way, so it just need to make sure my room is clean. I hope I managed to make myself useful in some way. I'm not nearly as creative as you are. Don't underestimate yourself, Jimmy. I think that will make a very productive team. Even if you only choose me because you felt bad or something. Wait, you don't actually think that, do you? I don't know. It's difficult to come up with any other reason you may have chosen me. You're forgetting the one reason with the most common sense. I chose to help you because that's what I want to do. But Yuri thinks to herself in an extremely tense expression. Yuri, you're overthinking this. You wanted me to point out when you're overthinking, right? I didn't realize. I'm just telling you I want to. That's all there is to it. Do you believe me? Yuri thinks really hard again. She looked straight into my eyes for a long while. I believe you. As if it took her tremendous effort, Yuri finally says that and relaxes her expression. And I really look forward to Sunday. Yeah, I am too. After that exchange, I made my way to the door and Yuri follows. I can't believe this. Yuri's going to be coming to my house on Sunday. My anxiety shoots through the roof. Even though I'm gotten pretty used to handling her at this point, there is no telling what might end up happening when we're outside of school. More than that, she has told me she's looking forward to it. Is this the chance I have to make something happen between us, or is it too early for that? Only time will tell, but until then, I won't be able to take my mind off it. I just can't wait. Whew. God damn, it's already Sunday? It's already Sunday. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Yuri's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help too much. Yuri is clearly an introvert and also an intimate person in general. There's no doubt she'll open up a little bit when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, we've even been texting occasionally. She was extremely appreciative at first, but it wasn't long before I was already learning more about her. But putting Yuri aside, I haven't heard anything from Yuri since she left the club early the other day. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between what Yuri said and what Monica said, is it really okay for me to put Yuri's feelings aside when she might need me? I decided to visit Yuri before Yuri comes over. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like we've done in the past. Once I reach Yuri's house, I knock on the door before entering it myself. Again, we used to play so often that we've been in the habit of simply entering each other's house like we were family. The house is quiet. Yuri isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. It's already strange of her not to run down and greet me. I head up to her bedroom where I finally find her. Yuri? Hey, Jimmy. Sit down in her room. Yuri forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. There's a minute of silence between us. You have... Oh. Okay, Emily. Okay. If that does, we're gonna have to... I'll fix that. I'll have to turn the screen off for a moment. Because I don't want that on my channel. Because, demonetization. YouTube is a bitch. Yuri's room is as messy as it always been. I also recognize the same stuffed animals and the wall decorations that she's had there for years now. If you came over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess. That's because I end up cleaning it for you. How come you suddenly wanted to come over today? Are you supposed to see Yuri today? Yeah, but... Wait, how did you know that? Yuri had already left by the time we decided that last meeting. Monica told me. It's only natural for her to keep me informed about the festival preparations, right? Yeah, that's true. But what about you? Are you going to help Monica today? Of course. But I'm just helping her online. We didn't plan to meet up or anything. So it's just me and Yuri then. Yep. There is more silence between us. Yuri stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to that point. So I just wanted to see how you were doing. After you left on Friday, when something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you too well. So, Yuri smiles, shaking her head. That's no good, Jimmy. Why can't it just like it? Why can't it just be like it always been? This is all my fault. If I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings, if I didn't make that stupid mistake, then you wouldn't have been worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have been thinking about me right now. But this is just my punishment, isn't it? I'm getting punished for being so selfish. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. It just wants me to torture me. Sayori. I grabbed Sayori by the shoulders. What on earth are you saying? What are you listening to yourself right now? I know something happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this. So tell me already. Let's save this. Because I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. Until I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. Sayori gives me a empty smile. You already put me in a trap, Jimmy. But you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. You've just been seeing it for the first time. Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori? You're really just going to make me say it, aren't you, Jimmy? I guess there's no choice this time. The thing is, I've had a really bad depression my whole... Oh. Okay. Wow, okay. Did you know that? Why is a lot of games depression? Stranger Things and now this? Why do you think I'm late to school every day? Because most days I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. What reasons is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Why make other people put their energy into caring to waste by having them spend it on me? That's what it feels like. And that's what I just want to make everyone happy without anyone worrying about me. I'm in shock. I can't even figure out how to respond. How is this possible? Sayori kept this from me the entire time that I've known her. Did she really want so badly for me to just not think about her? Why, Sayori? Why is it that you've never told me about this? It almost feels like I've been betrayed as your close friend, because if I knew, I would have done everything I could. I would have done everything I could to support you, even if there's only so much I can do. I would have tried a little bit harder to make every day a little better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do was tell me. You don't understand at all, Jimmy. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you would have wasted effort caring about me instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes. God damn. But it also feels like a bat being swung against my head. That's why I wanted so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. But then I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and get close to with everyone in the club feels like a spear going through my heart. This got real fast. It did, Cat. Holy shit. It feels like a spear going through. Hey, Jimmy James. Welcome to the stream. So, why is that? That's why I decided the world just wants to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt. You're right that I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all, Sayori, but I don't need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting, that's what I'll do. No, Jimmy. There's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that could help is if everything could be like it always was. When I was selfish, I finally showed you what a horrible person I am. Tears streaked down Sayori's face. I made you join the literature club because I was selfish, and I was punished by my heart hurting in the way that I couldn't understand. And now you came here and I made you hurt too. I'm just weak and selfish. That's all I am, and that's why I'm going to accept these punishments, because I deserve every last one. Without thinking, I once again grabbed Cheryl's shoulders. This time, I put her into a tight embrace. Jimmy, Sayori, I don't care if you feel selfish. I really hope you convince me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, then it's just a bonus. But please never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't take it any other way. Jimmy. Sayori isn't hugging me back. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sarah's arms remain at her side. She starts sobbing next to my ear. No, don't do this to me. Please don't do this, Jimmy. Sayori barely managed to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but all I want is for her to know that I care. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away. And if there's anything that you need to do, then you'd better tell me. I'd get mad if you don't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Gently, Sarah finally puts her arms around me in return. I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand any of my feelings, Jimmy. That's the only time that I'm not feeling nothing is when I'm feeling pain. But your hugs are so warm, and that's really scary too. Sarah lets me go, and she does so. I let her go as well. The festival is tomorrow. Yeah. It's gonna be fun, right? Yeah. How would you like for me to spend it all with you? That's what I want, I promise. I think that'd be nice then. Yeah. Sarah wipes her eyes. If I could spend the whole day here, I would. Of all days, this has to be the one where I have other plans. Maybe I should cancel. No, don't. Please don't. If you did that, then I really wouldn't forgive you. But it's almost time for you to meet at my house. The very least thing you could do is come along and help out. It would be fun. To my surprise, Sherry shakes her head. I'm sorry. I don't know if I would be very good. If that would be very good for me today. You understand, right? Ah. It's kind of hard for me to fully understand, but I'm trying my hardest. It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Alright. I look forward to it. Holy shit. I say goodbye to Sarah and exit her house. On the way home, I find myself feeling uneasy, but it's too hard for me to keep thinking about when Yuri is about to come over too. I think Sarah is right. I shouldn't be worried too much, and we're definitely going to have a great time tomorrow. I should just focus on what's ahead of me. As I approach my house, I see something that makes me feel a moment of panic. Yuri. Ah. Thank goodness. You're a little early. Sorry, I wasn't home yet. Were you waiting for a long time? No, I just got here. But I started to get really nervous when nobody answered the doorbell. You always could have texted me. If I had known, I would have reassured you and hurried more. Oh, I suppose it's true. Didn't think of that for some reason. It should be common sense to do that, but I decided to ignore it. Anyways, let's go inside. I'll see you brought a lot of stuff with you. That's right. And I did. And did you manage to find everything I asked you to buy as well? Yeah, pretty much. At least I hope I got everything right. I'm sure it will be fun. I take Yuri to my room. The first thing she does is glance around curiously, which makes me feel anxious. It's so clean. I cleaned it before you came over, so that's very considerate of you to do. Ah, no. I would have been really embarrassed for my room to be a mess while you were here. While I do enjoy cleaning, I would gladly help you clean. Ah, that would have been even more embarrassing. Wait, don't look in there. I snatched Yuri's wrist, which was in the process of opening a desk drawer. Ah, I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking for some reason. I was just spacing out. It's fine. It's fine. I let go of Yuri's wrist. Yuri puts both her hands firmly on her lap. Oh shit, I didn't read it. Should we get started? Yes. I have a few things planned that you can help with. Decorations and other atmosphere enhancements. Atmosphere enhancements? You know, mood lighting, aromatherapy candles. Oh wow. I didn't know you had planned on taking it that far. Of course. I wanted to help make our guests to a faraway place, although many will stop by just out of curiosity, and for cupcakes, I guess. I'm determined to provide an experience that will leave them wanting more. That's great. It's easy to forget that you're a pretty intense person. Ah, intense? I guess that's the best way to put it. Is that a bad thing? No, not at all. There's something that I like about you, actually. Is that so? That makes me feel relieved and kind of happy. Yeah, no need to be anxious. So, can we relax a little? Relax? I brought some things for relaxation. I was going to use them during the poetry event. Oh yeah, like what? Let's see. I rummaged through her bag. She pulls out a few candles and a wooden cylinder-shaped object. Is that some shopping? I did some shopping on the way here, and I so happened to have these in my bag. I plan to cover the windows with black paper and use the candles to light the room. I think that would be amazing, don't you? Yeah, that would be really neat. What's a wooden thing, though? Oh, this? It's a diffuser for its essential oils. How familiar are you with aromatherapy? Not familiar at all. Literally not familiar at all. Holy shit, now I need a drink. I'm probably losing my voice tomorrow. Holy shit. Is that so? It's one of my favorite contributors to a positive atmosphere. Depending on the oils or herbs you choose, you can change the mood of the air itself. You can feel it penetrating through your body. Relaxation, positivity, romance, reflection. It's almost like magic. Yuri takes a cylinder and pushes a switch on the bottom. In just a moment, a thin array of vapor begins to sprout through a small hole in the top. Wow, it smells wonderful. What kind of mood is that one for? This is jasmine essential oil. It smells a little sweet and flowery, right? Yeah, in a good way. That's a good way to describe it. I chose jasmine for the event because it provides more than relaxation. Jasmine enhances your emotions, help you feel more flow through your body. Time for the water. You feel warmer and your heart pounds more heavily. Don't you think that would be perfect for sharing our poems? Sounds suitable. But you seem to know a lot about this. I trust your opinion on anything. Yuri smiles gently, clearly enjoying herself. She again reaches into her bag and pulls out several spools of thin ribbon. What's these for? Well, did you purchase the origami paper I asked you to get? Yeah, I have it. Yeah, I have it over here. We won't be using the paper for folding origami, but what I'd like to do is write a different word on each paper. We need about 100 of them. Oh yeah? What will they be used for? Well, I'm going to cut pieces of ribbon and hang them from the doorway of the classroom. Then, we can fasten the paper into the ribbons to create a doorway curtain. Wouldn't that be beautiful? It would also catch the eye of those passing the room. It may attract some to peek inside. That's really creative. I had no idea you'd be so good at this, Yuri. Is that so? Well, I suppose I'd get it a little intense, as you put it. Yuri giggles with her red cheeks. Is it just me or she's more relaxed when it's just the two of us? Or maybe it's the excitement she feels from sharing something that she enjoys. Here's a marker, Jimmy. You can write any characters you want. I'll help you once I finish cutting the ribbons. Alright. Sitting on the floor together, the two of us get to work. I carefully draw a different character on each paper, doing my best to manage my bad handwriting. Yuri unravels a long strand of red ribbon to her desired length. Then she reaches into her bag once more and pulls out a pocket knife. The knife is strangely beautiful. The silver handle has an intricate pattern of waves etched into it. The blade itself is gently tinted blue. It's no ordinary pocket knife. It looks really fancy. Well, embarrassed, Yuri looks away. What is it? You're gonna think it's weird, Yuri, whatever. I have no reason to judge. To each of their own, you know. If you promise you won't be weirded out. I promise. Alright, the thing is, I'm kinda into knives. Oh! They're just so pretty. I can't help it. This is not good. I don't know what it is. The combination of craftsmanship and a feel of danger, maybe. What am I saying? Please don't think I'm weird for this. You're laughing at me. No, I'm not laughing at you. It's just funny how nervous you got about sharing. It's an interesting thing to be into, I guess. But I think it kind of suits you. Suits me? Yeah, it's kind of intense. Besides, it's really cool looking knife. I can't deny that. It is, isn't it? Yeah, Yuri relaxes her expression once again. Would you like to hold it? Sure, I'll check it out. Yuri carefully hands me the knife with the handle facing me. I take it and turn it around looking at my hands. It feels heavy and extremely solid. Where do you even get a knife like this? Curious of its sharpness, I feel the point of the knife with my index finger. Ow! Jimmy, why did you do that? I didn't expect it to be that sharp. I barely touched it at all. It's my fault. I should have warned you. This knife is extremely sharp. It can cut through skin like paper. Oh no. A small drop of blood trickles down the side of my finger. Yuri takes my hand and gives a wound a closer look. Ah. She stares at it nosebleed. If you're squeamish, I'll go wash it off now. Ah. Without warning, Yuri puts my finger into her mouth and licks the wound. I feel her tongue curl around my finger. What the fuck is happening? Startled, I intensely put my hand back. Please forgive me. I wasn't thinking. Yuri lowers her head and her face burned up. Yuri, this is the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. How could I do something like that? I'm sorry. Sure, it was a little weird, but it took me by surprise. But I guess she was just trying to help, right? Yuri, I think you're reacting a little. She doesn't lift her head. What if she doesn't recover from this for the rest of the afternoon? Alright, you know what? This might be a stupid thing to do, but I'll do it anyway. Take Yuri's land and lick her index finger in return. What the fuck am I doing? Jimmy, did you really just do that? Now we're even. Yuri just looks at me like I did something wrong. I knew that would have been a bad idea. If not for the sweet aroma of the jasmine oil, the air would be extremely heavy right now. You're so weird, Jimmy. Yeah, Emily, I did not see that coming either. Yuri goes shyly. Yuri called me weird. I have no response to that. Where do you keep your bandages? I don't think I need one, actually. It was just a tiny cut. Look, it already stopped bleeding. I see. That's relieving. Attention is quickly lifted. We can resume our respective activities. I watch Yuri's knife cut through the ribbon like it's nothing but air. Meanwhile, I continue to make process on the paper. After we finish attaching the paper to the ribbons, we lay them all out side by side. It looks better than I expected and will be very effective at the door curtain. It looks great. Good thing coming up to this, Yuri. Ah, thanks. It's just something I saw online, really. Are you ready to move into the next task? Yeah, let's do it. What do you have in mind? I like to create a banner. That's why I'd ask you to buy the paint tablets. Yeah, that's right. One of them Yuri asked me to buy is a kit of watercolor paint tablets. We'll need about 6 cups of water to put each of the tablets in. Do you mind fetching those for us? Of course not. 6 cups of water. I'll be right back in a minute. Thank you very much. And just a little bit of water is okay. If you fill the 2 cups too much, it will be too diluted. Taking Yuri's advice, I decided to use the small plastic bathroom cups rather than full-size glasses. I put them on a plate and catch any paint that drips them back into my room. Yuri. Yes. I'll come to see Yuri quickly unrolling her sleeve, putting it back over her arm. Ah, nothing. Your face is a little weird. Is it too hot in here or anything? No, not at all. Oh god, I have a bad feeling. There's nothing wrong. Let's just mix the paint. Yuri hurriedly dismisses me and takes it upon herself to wrap the tablets, dropping them into the cups. So, I thought we would do something simple that would look very nice. I'd like to paint a gradient across the banner. Starting with the colors for a sunrise, then daytime, then sunset, and nighttime. Once it draws, I'll write an inspirational quote across the banner. We'll have to hang it on the wall behind the podium at the front of the classroom. Ah, neat. What are you going to write? Well, it'll be more fun to surprise you. Yuri smiles at me. If you say so. After rolling out the banner, Yuri and I kneel on opposite sides. We don't get in the way of each other. Yuri uses the brush and adds a few dots of different colors across the banner to serve as color guide when we paint. This kind of reminds me of elementary school. Painting on a banner with watercolors feels a lot like art class projects we had back then and in high school, because I did some stuff similar. It's relaxing. Ah, I'm sorry if it feels too childish. No, I didn't mean that at all. It's kind of fun, you know? Yeah, it is fun. I'm glad you feel that way too. Yuri stops painting for a moment, thinking to herself. For me, I didn't need to go out and do all crazy things to have fun. In fact, I usually don't even want to. I just like when I can spend time with one other person, even if it's something simple like reading. It doesn't even matter if we don't talk much. Just having a friend next to me makes me feel a little bit nicer. I think that's all it takes to be happy. Is that so? Even if Yuri and I are quite different, I can understand where she's coming from. I feel that way about things like anime and games, well, where simply sharing the experience with someone makes me happy. I think I feel the same way. Yuri smiles gently. I knew you'd understand. Yuri leans over the banner to grab an unused paintbrush, but I move at the same time, causing my head to bump hers. Sorry. Yuri reels back, and I quickly lift my hands in surprise. Are you hurt? No, I'm not hurt. Just a little startled, that's all. Sorry, I should have asked you to get it for me. It's not your fault. Your face. There's a little droplets of paint on Yuri's face. Is there something on my face? Yeah, I accidentally got paint on you. Sorry, it's totally my fault. I'll get a towel right away. I rush out and fetch a small towel, then I dampen it with hot water. I return to the room and kneel back in front of her. Here. I pat down Yuri's face and neck with the towel. Ah, is there something wrong? It's hot. I just didn't expect it. Sorry. I didn't want to use cold water. Having finished, I started to retract my hand, but Yuri suddenly holds my wrist. Wait. Just for a little longer. Feels very nice. I keep my hand still against Yuri's neck. She looks into my eyes. It's an intense expression that I recognize from when she reads her books, almost as if she lost in a daze and looking at her own thoughts. She breathes gently through half her She breathes gently, half through slightly parted lips. What is happening? Is that aroma gyroscope giving me a dizzy feeling? Yuri's gentle fingers wrap around my wrist. She sent a tingling sensation through my arm, and suddenly her face seems to be much closer to mine than I was at just a moment ago. She slowly pulls away slowly. Sorry. I've been feeling a little lightheaded today. I didn't mean to space out. It's fine. The moment was over as soon as it began. Yuri picks up her brush again, but her movements seem clumsier, like she's unable to focus. I remain silent, forced to ignore the event that just transpired. I hesitantly retrieve my own brush and continue following Yuri's example. That should do it. I finish feeling the night sky with the white dots that look like stars. Looking at the banner as a whole, it's very pretty and natural looking. I think it came out much better than expected. I'm really happy with your results. Yeah, me too. Are you going to add the lettering down? Not yet. It needs to dry first. That's true, but it will take a while. Well, perhaps it would be best to leave it here, then have you bring it in the morning. I can do the lettering in the classroom before the event starts. Is that okay? It's totally fine. Wonderful. In that case, I don't think there's anything more for us to do. Phew. You say that like you're glad it's over. I was wrong to assume that you were at least enjoying yourself a little bit. Oh, no, it's not that. I'm just glad that we managed to get everything done. I see. I am too. I was a little concerned about time. I need to start making dinner soon. So you don't have any time left. I was secretly hoping we would have a little extra time after finishing the work. Well, Yuri thinks for herself. I think it would be too irresponsible for me to wait much longer. I'm sorry. I was hoping there would have been more time as well. It's probably my fault. Sorry for being such a slow worker. No, it's not your fault. And the important thing is we got everything done, right? Yeah. So, I shouldn't be disappointed or anything. Gathering all of her things, Yuri seems to look a little downcast. I understand why. It seems like she rarely gets the opportunity to spend with friends in a relaxed environment, but that doesn't mean it's the last time it can happen. Once Yuri packs up, I walk to the front door. Thank you very much for having me today. No problem, I'm glad I was able to help. Just let me know if there's anything else you need me to bring tomorrow. I will. Well then, Yuri fidgets. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Wait. I'd kind of say without thinking. About today. It's fine that we didn't have as much time as we wanted, because we can do this again. Whenever you want, you can come over, or we can go out somewhere. Oh, I forget you don't like going out much. As I stumble in words, Yuri simply smiles bashfully. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say, so you're very thoughtful, Jimmy. Yuri steps a little closer to me, then briefly squeezes my hand. It's kind of like that. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? But I don't even get a chance to, as Yuri suddenly pulls back. Sayori. Hi, Jimmy. Sayori. Just now, we weren't... It's okay, Jimmy. I just stopped by to say hi. Well, it's nice to see you. I'm sorry, but I'm already on my way to leave. Oh, really? That's too bad. I'm sorry. But we'll all be at the festival tomorrow, so that's fine, right? Of course. Sayori beams. Yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow. Clearly embarrassed, Yuri hollers off. Sayori waves goodbye after her. Sayori, I thought you didn't want to come over today. Well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was being really mean to me, so I had to come here and see it for myself. See what? Or what are you talking about? You know, how much fun you were having with Yuri, and how close you got to her. It makes me feel really happy that you've made such good friends. That's all that matters to me. Tears start falling down Sayori's face. That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, Jimmy? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is split in half? God damn, this is getting real again. It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be much better if I could just disappear. Sayori don't say that. It's true, Jimmy. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. Monica was right. I should just... Monica was right about what? Sayori, what I said before is true. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if it takes my entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain. But Sayori looks away. I put a hand on her shoulder to reassure her. I'm scared, Jimmy. I'm really scared. What are you scared of, Sayori? I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me. Sayori, it's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself, Jimmy. I like you so much that I want to die. That's how I feel. God damn. And that's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. Do you remember how I said I always what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all... Could be. Even if you don't understand all of your own feelings, I know what you need the most right now, and that's what I'm going to give you. Oh, shit. We're gonna have to save this real quick. Cause, what the fuck did we choose? What the fuck did we choose? Leaning towards my dearest friend, because, I mean... I don't know. Yeah, BFF. That's what I'm thinking. But we have it saved in case it turns out to kill us. You'll always be my dearest friend. What you need most for things is like they've always been. Monica told me the truth. She told me how much happier you seemed after I joined the club. I know you're struggling with some really difficult things right now, but please trust me when I know that what's best and will make you happy in the end. I promise I'll get things back to the way they were. I see. Terry forced a smile through an incredibly painful expression. Is that what it feels like to get stabbed in the chest? Oh! Holy shit! I should write a poem about this. Sorry. It's okay. This is just my punishment, remember? For being so selfish, so please don't worry about these stupid feelings. I know you're right. I knew this whole time that there's no happiness down that path. God damn. RIP. I knew this whole time there was no happiness down that path. That's why I came here. Just so I could get the answer I needed to hear. The only thing is you're also right that I just wanted it to go back to the way it was. I realize that now. You really do know me better than anyone, Jimmy. I'll trust you with anything at all. So, Sarah's smile finally breaks. All of a sudden, she turns away around and drops to her knees. And I'm not saying that because I don't have the voice and it's midnight. People are asleep. Clutching her head with both hands, she screams as loud as she can. I'm so shocked that I don't know how to react. Sari looks over her shoulder and flashes me one more weak smile before turning around and running off. Sari. I'm left helplessly standing in the front of my house. Why am I feeling so horrible at this? There's nothing more than I could have done. The most I can do is support Sari through her feelings and help her on the path that's right. But I'm having so much trouble understanding Sarah's feelings as she is, even though I can comfort her. I keep wondering if I should be doing something more or something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back the way they were. I'm going to give it everything I got. Sarah will always be my dearest friend, and I'll do whatever it takes to put a smile on her face every day. Whew! It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sarah. Sarah isn't answering her phone. I consider going to her house to wake her up, but decide that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry and rolled it up gently to take it with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sarah and Yuri at the festival. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. Scoliosis. You're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny. I thought At least Yuri would be here by now. Monica is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that has all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again, that dummy. You'd think that on days this important she'd try a little harder. I say that, but it certainly remembers what Sayori told me yesterday, and I suddenly feel awful, knowing it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone and wake her up after all. Ah, you should take a little responsibility for her, Jimmy. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know? Exchange? Monica, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president after all, but how the fuck does she know that? I stammer, embarrassed. Did Suri really tell her about that quickly? About how I basically turned down her confession? That makes me seem really more like a bad guy here, but I'm the one who knows what's best for her, right? Geez, you don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Monica is being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlet, Scoliosis? Then came out really nice. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, where's the parents? Where's the teachers? What's going on? I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desk. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this would definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it almost a professional feel. I recognized Suki's and Yuri's poems from ones they performed during practice. What's this? I flipped to Sarah's poem. It's a different one from the one she practiced. It's one that I haven't read before. It could be a Montessori school. Percent. Get out, get out. Get out of my head, 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 get out of my head. Get out of my head, 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 get out of my head. Get out of my head before I do what I know was best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished, it just stops moving. That's... Just gotta take a moment. Take a moment to let that process. I mean, the last two lines, holy shit, that's good poetry. Yeah, this needs to be submitted to a guidance counselor. Holy shit. I'm gonna click. Ah, what is this? Reading the poem, get a pit in my stomach. Jimmy, what's wrong? Nothing. This poem feels completely different from anything else Suri's written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm going to go get Suri, so. Well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself. Monica calls out after me. I quickly, in my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal for it to at least wait for her or help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs. That's what I want to give her. I reached Sarah's house and knocked on the door. I don't expect an answer, since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. Sarah, she's really a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. Isn't that more like something a boyfriend would do? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sarah's room, I knocked on the door. Sarah, wake up, dummy. There's no response. I really didn't. Oh, God. Really didn't want to have to enter the room like this. Isn't this kind of breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Oh, God, no. Oh, shit. It won't let me, it won't let me do anything. It won't let me do nothing. What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It's hard to beat. Isn't this real? There's no way this can be real, Sarah. Wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up to a few minutes ago. The music is creeping me the fuck out. This is why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppressed my urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sarah I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best and that everything would be okay. Then why would she do this? How could this be? I'd be so helpless. What did I do wrong? Turning down her confession. Has to have been what pushed her over the edge. Her agonized scream still echoes in my ears. Why did I do this? Why did I do that to her when she needed me the most? Don't blame this on me. Don't blame this on me. Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, gave her what I know she wanted out of our relationship, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend, someone I grew up with. She's gone forever. Nothing I can do to bring her back. This isn't some game where I could reset and try something different. I had only one chance and I wasn't careful enough, and now I have to carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers, but I still couldn't do what she needed from me, and now I can never take it back. Never, 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 never. I done fucked up somewhere. What the? Yeah, there's two Monicas. I guess. Good job, you fool. What the fuck did I do? What is this bullshit? Starting a new game? I can see an annoying girl running towards me with the distance, waving her arms. This girl is... I'm sorry I'm not reading it. Um... The fuck? Uh... Oh my god, this is... I'm sorry we didn't like the girl, but damn. Don't do this shit to me. She was too uppity. I didn't know. I just knew it was a game. I didn't look up anything. Hubbard told me not to. Today marks the day I sold a Monica in her irresistible smile. Oh shit, this is... Why couldn't we just finish the festival? I wanted to know what was gonna happen. Fuck. I'm not reading this again. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come back tomorrow. I just want to finish this day off in the school. Yeah, I want to finish this part real quick. Um... scoliosis. Do I want to read it now? Do we want to read it? Do I save? I'll save it here. All my saves are gone. We'll read it. Today I cut. Today I cut my skin open for the first time. It was exhilarating. I think I understand how blank feels now. I'm supposed to be responsible one. Though so I don't think I'll be doing it again unless I decide to kill myself. I left a Yes, overwrite that. Yeah. Alright, well. That's gonna end it for tonight. I'll be back tomorrow night. Yeah. Didn't know I was gonna say that either, Emily. Holy shit, what the fuck? I will come back tomorrow and finish this. I think. If it... You look so broke. I don't even know what to feel right now. I was not expecting that shit. I was just playing a regular game. Everything was going fine. And then it decided to be a dick. God damn. Okay. I'll be back tomorrow. Scary Sunday stream. Oh boy, yeah. Scary Sunday's back. It's gonna be... I don't know what the fuck it's gonna be, but if it's gonna continue like that, and this is only the beginning, god damn, I'm gonna be fucked. Okay, well, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this stream. It's been 3 hours and 40 minutes, so god damn. I got sucked into this game. But, holy shit. I will see you tomorrow. And like always, I will see you in the next one. Later. Holy shit, mother of God.